Welcome to this video on everything you need to know before buying a ULIP plan. As you may be aware, the full form of ULIP is Unit Linked Insurance Plan. Basically, it is investment cum insurance plan, or some people may prefer to say in insurance cum investment plan, whatever may be, what it may be. It is a combination of investment and insurance. So let us look at the investment that is there that is available in the ULIP plan. Uh, Basically, in this plan, we need to invest some fixed amount, either monthly, quarterly, yearly, or twice in a year, like this. And this amount is called as a premium. Some policies also allow additional top-ups apart from this fixed investment or fixed premium. Second thing is that investment that we are doing can be done in various funds. These funds can invest 100% of the amount in equity, 100% of the amount in debt fund or government bond debt fund, that is government bond, convertible debentures, etc., or a mix of it. So there are various funds which are available, and we have option to select where we want to invest. Third thing is in between we can switch money from one fund to other fund, correct? And this switching of money is either free or some policy may charge you for that, but that charges is quite low, around it can range from 50 to 100% per switch. Fourth thing, which is the important and the most attractive thing for investing in ULIP plan is investment that are made in this policy can be claimed under section 80C. So you can reduce your income tax by investing in this policy also. There are of course there are uh, other instrument available for tax benefit. Currently the maximum investment that we can show in 80C is 1,50,000, and it may change with time. uh, as this the investment is can be claimed under 80C. It also has a fixed lock-in period like other investment that are available that can be claimed as 80C. This policy generally has a lock-in period of 5 years and above. uh, 5 years and above. Again, the policy period can be of 5 years and above. It depends on it depends from policy to policy, and also some policy gives us an option to choose our own policy period, and it may be a multiple of 5, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or some policy even give us a chance of uh, determining policy years, and give us a better flexibility of choosing a policy period like 10, 11, 12, 13 years and all these things. But it is generally a multiple of a year or 5 years. But it is not there with all the policies. Some policy has a fixed policy period. We cannot change it. So it's better to have a look at the terms and condition of the policy. Fourth thing is that premium paying years may differ from the policy paying years. For example, I have seen a policy in which a premium paying years is 5 years. That is, during the first 5 years of the policy we have to pay a premium, and the policy term was 15 years. So from 6th year to 15th year we don't have to pay any premium. Our policy will continue, and in that period we have option or a flexibility to for a partial withdrawal or complete withdrawal. Okay, so there are various mixes of it. So it's better to have a look at the terms and conditions and uh, other documents related to the policy before before buying it. Second thing, as we already know, is it also gives us a insurance cover. Generally, the insurance cover that is given by a ULIP plan is around 10x or above, where X is the annual premium paid. For example, let us say I have a policy which is having an annual premium of 1 lakh rupees. So the insurance that is given by this policy is 10x, that is 10 times the annual premium paid. That is 10 times 1 lakh. That comes around 10 lakhs, correct? So the insurance benefit the insurance that I will get from that policy will be around 10 lakhs for a lakh rupees annual premium. And uh, some of the policy also give this as a variable. For example, if I want to increase the insurance cover, I can increase from 10 lakhs to 10 to 15 20 lakhs depending on my need, but it is available only in some policy. But there is a lower limit below which we cannot reduce our insurance, that is 10x, 10 times the annual premium paid. And one more thing that is a general misconception of the people buying a ULIP plan is the insurance that we are getting is free. But basically, if you have a look at the if you have a better a detailed look at the policy documents, you will find that mortality charge or discharge is being deducted regularly, and this charge is nothing but the charge of insurance. So simply speaking, the insurance that is out there in this plan is not free. They are charging us for this insurance. Now let us talk about the returns. As this policy offers us a choice to invest our money in stock market, debt fund, etc. Of course, the returns that we'll be getting in this policy is linked to market. If we are investing some a portion of our fund or of a portion of our investment in stock market, so that portion that the returns that we'll get from that portion will of course depend on the stock market, correct? So the returns are linked to market. um, Second thing that we need to look carefully is whether the partial or full withdrawal is allowed after 5 years or not. Suppose after 5 years there is a big financial trouble or financial crisis, and we need to have money. So whether this policy allows a partial or full withdrawal, and if it is allowed, what are the charges if there is any. Third thing is generally and most third thing that is for sure is that the returns that we are getting from this policy is tax free under section 1010D. So the returns is also free, investment is also free. So from this uh, if we see that if we see all the benefits, it's look like that we do by investing in this policy, we don't have to pay any tax. In fact, we can reduce our tax liability by investing in this plan. And apart from that, we also get a insurance. So we have see, uh, as far as we have seen, this ULIP plans looks very attractive, but but before buying a plan, uh, it is always better to compare the various options that are available in this type of instrument, that is ULIP. And we'll see this uh, in this slide. This is one of the major things that is there, and that we need to have a careful look in the terms and conditions or the document or the illustration that is given along with this policy, and that is charges. There are basically five kinds of charges that are levied on us on the on the investment or the fund value. And the first is premium allocation charge. This charge is deducted from the premium before investing. For example, let us say my annual premium is 1 lakh rupees and the premium allocation charge is 4,000 rupees. So after subtracting 4,000 from 1 lakh gives 96,000. That 96,000 will is the amount that is actually invested in the fund, whatever be the fund choice that we have chosen. Only 96,000 is invested if the charges is 4,000, correct? So these charges generally there are high, some policies generally having this quite a high charges, so it is better to have a look at the charges and stay away from that kind of policy. Second charges is fund management charge. This charge is generally taken for managing funds by the fund manager, and and this charges also covers the expenses that are incurred while managing funds, like transfer of funds, buying of particular shares. So some brokerage charge or additional charges involved, additional salary of fund manager and other expenses related to managing funds. So basically this is levied as a percentage of the assets and is deducted at the time of computation of daily unit price or NAV, net asset value. Third charges is policy administration charge. Basically, this charge is to cover the regular administration cost that is involved for for policy. For example, cost of communication by post or etc. So this is also a charge that we need to have a look at it. Fourth charge is mortality charge or discharge. This charge, as we have already discussed, this is the charge for buying a insurance that for buying an insurance that and this insurance is generally a term plan, and as insurance depends on age and gender, this charge also will vary based on the age and gender of the investor. And fifth charge, which is service tax and education cess. This charge is generally levied by the government of India, and it is same for each and every ULIP plan. So basically, first four charges, that is premium allocation charge, fund management charge, policy administration charge, and mortality charge. This first four charge varies from policy to policy. Correct. So we need to have a careful look at this policy, at these charges while comparing various policy. Now, let us sum it up. The things that we need to look before buying a ULIP plan are as follows. First one is charges. Basically, I have seen various policies. I have seen illustration sheets of various companies, various policies, and there is a huge variation in the charges. Some some policy some policy are charging around 10% of the premium paid, and which is much higher. Suppose if we are investing a fund in a bank, annually that bank will give us 8-9% results, and this policy is taking around 10% of 10% of the investment as a charges. So who will invest in this policy? So it's better to have a careful look at the charges before buying a policy. Second thing that we can have a look is a fund options available. Some policy gives a fund of two or three fund options like 100% equity, 100% debt, and a mix of 50% equity, 50% debt. But some policy gives a higher number of options for of funds. So it's better to have more options. Correct. And the more important is how these funds are performing. So the performance of the fund, we can have a look at it. Basically, in money control, we can compare the fund performance of various ULIP plan. Even the site of a particular policy gives you the historical or past performance of a particular fund. So fund performance is also an important parameter based on which we can select a ULIP policy. Fourth thing is, if you is the cost of switching. So if you know something about market, then and if you will be using this feature, then you can have a look at the cost of switching. Generally, this cost of switching is very low, or even some of the policy gives some 4 to 5 free switches or unlimited free switches. So it depends on your need. If you are using this feature quite often, you can have a look at the cost of switching. Fifth thing is partial withdrawal. So generally, if we after some time, after 4 to 5 years, let us say if we need some money, if there are financial crisis in our family, then whether this partial withdrawal is allowed or not, that thing you can have a look at it. And if it is available, you can also look at the charges that will be there for partial withdrawal or surrender charges or late payment charges. Fourth thing, and the last thing is top up, whether it is allowed or not. Generally, this may not be a major criteria, but if you will be having this some amount of fund available, and if you need to invest that in this policy, you can have a look at it. Okay, so in this slide shows you the important parameters based on which you can select or reject a ULIP policy, and these are the major things that you need to know. You need to look especially at the charges and fund performance before buying a ULIP policy. Thank you. In the next video, I will be showing a typical illustration of a ULIP policy, and I will be comparing the charges. So I have taken two different extremes. First, one policy will be having very low charges, and another policy will be having very high charges. And in the next video, if you in the next video, I will be comparing all these charges and show you and will be showing how some of the policy or how some of the policy is just a waste or a junk. And even when the stock market is performing very well, some policy can give you negative reasons. And basically that I'll be showing why this policy or some policies are giving you negative results even when the market is performing very well. So if you want if you want to buy a policy, please I request you to please just have a look at a next video which will be on comparing the charges of a ULIP policy. Thank you.